little jazz music there perfectly for you this morning at 8:13. Thanks for being with us on Good Morning San Diego. SDSU's School of Music and Dance is internationally renowned for its Jazz Studies program, and students in the program will have the opportunity to play alongside legendary jazz musician Charles McPherson at a concert next week that you're invited to. So here to tell us all about it is the Director of Jazz Studies program at SDSU, Dr. Brian Levy. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is fun because if you're a musician, you know how special jazz music is. So you've been head of this program now for, what, a couple years?
This is my second year, so I'm relatively new. It's interesting, I grew up in San Diego, so it's kind of a homecoming, but I spent most of my life on the East Coast in Boston, New York, and I taught at the New England Conservatory of Music, one of the oldest conservatories in America, for 10 years, and now I'm trying to bring that conservatory style teaching here to a public university in San Diego, a place where I grew up.
Yeah, well, I mean, how lucky are we to have you do that with the experience you have. Before we get to the concert and how people can attend and who's going to be the guest of honor that night, tell us a little bit about what makes San Diego's program so unique.
Well, I think what I'm trying to bring to this program is, as much as possible, real life experiences for students. So what I've experienced around in my, in different schools and at New England Conservatory is that students they get a lot of great experience playing music, but not necessarily things that are going to get them to where they need to be in the real world. So we're trying to have as much real world experience performing, and there's kind of two ways I'm trying to do that. One is the people I'm bringing in. So we have two new faculty there. Gilbert Castellanos, he's the biggest name in jazz in San Diego. He's an international name, but he curates concerts at Rady Shell, and has a conservatory of high school, junior high students, and those students are coming to SDSU. He's teaching combos there, jazz combos. We also have a new Italian bassist who's named Luca Alamano. He's teaching bass and combos, and he's playing with all the biggest names in the world. So that's one thing. They get to play with these great, learn from these great artists. The other side is that I'm curating these concerts with international names and bringing them to SDSU, and it's not like what I've seen in other programs where students are, in a big band and they have this opportunity to support the artist. They're really working with the artist. They're having master classes, jam sessions, and then the final concert where it's not just a big band, it's maybe 7 small groups getting to improvise and support, accompany this amazing performer that is like an idol to them.
Yeah, I mean, to play with is totally different than to play behind.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's a really unique experience that they're getting. How many students are involved in the program there?
Well, in the jazz program itself, we have about 45 that are jazz majors right now. The enrollment is actually up 100% in this year, and it's getting bigger. But there are probably about 80 students who participate in jazz at SDSU. So it's not just jazz majors, but some of our best players, they're getting a degree in mathematics or in chemistry, but they're going to play jazz and swing and groove.
It's so fun. Talk a little bit about this concert, what's going to happen, and the fact that they're getting to play with Charles McPherson.
Oh, this is just amazing. I mean, I grew up in San Diego, so I know who Charles McPherson is, but Charles is the greatest living bebop alto saxophonist in the world. He's in his mid-80s, and he's still playing. I'm a saxophonist, so he's one of the scariest saxophonists out there. And so I know I'm going to learn a lot, our students are going to learn a lot, and people in San Diego can come check out Charles McPherson, who plays at Lincoln Center. He plays at Rady Shell, but here you can hear him not for $200-300 a seat, but just for $15. For
$15. I hope everybody was paying attention to that. You can see him play with, you never know, who may be the next Charles McPherson, right?
That's right.
Okay.
And it's also with strings, so it's like a combination of classical musicians with Charles.
A great sound. All right, so this is Thursday, November 14th at 7 p.m. at the main stage at SDSU. The address is there, and you can go to that website, music.sdsu.edu, for tickets.
That's right, yeah.
All right, can you get them at the door too?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
$15, what a deal.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, well, coming up, we are going to be talking more about the weather conditions and the red flag warnings here in San Diego. We'll have a look at that, plus more news. Stay with us.